Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts with a frog in my throat. I'm so glad you guys could join us because Free Play Friday is always the time when we do something like a paper technique or a new fold, paper fold card, things like that, and projects that are just super fun to make and usually typically pretty easy to make. And if not, I'll break it down into steps so that you can be successful with it too. So I come on about 5 minutes early just so you know if you're unfamiliar with my channel to say hello to everybody in the live chat. Jeannie, Paulette, Kathleen, and Julie are already here. Michelle is already here. Hi guys, thanks for coming. We will have plenty more joining us as we move along here. And I'm just going to give you a gist of some things that are going on in the community within the couple of minutes that we have. Typically we start at about 5 minutes after the hour. So if you're the type of person that just wants to skip through all the chattery chats, not for you. Just make sure that you log on around 5 o'clock and then know that we started about 5 after. So you can be up to 5 minutes late and you'll still be able to catch everything that's going on. Hi, Krissa, Tammy, let's see who else is here. Mayuki, Stephanie, Lisa, Kathy, Penny. Hi, Penny, thanks for coming. So if you see somebody in blue, Deanna, hello. If you see somebody in blue, they are the moderators. They help to keep the chat moving smoothly. Make sure that you get the links that you need to things that I might bring up. A lot of times they bring stuff up that I completely forget, and they help be they're helpful in being my reminder as well. So hi, Kelly's here. Linda, Button Addict. That's such a cute name. Hi, hello. And some of you guys I probably know, but I know there's different names depending on where you are. So sometimes your name is different in Facebook than it is on YouTube. And then I'm like, okay, add Julie to the moderator list. Let me see if I can do that right now. Oh, I think I have to be able to see her. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to scoot up and catch her name, and I should be able to change that right now. Oh, phooey, I was really hoping that it would give me that option under her name, but it didn't. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, let me try one more thing. Might be able to do it. And hopefully it doesn't kick us off. It should. You know what? It is just not letting me add. I don't know why. I don't get it. Why it's not letting me put you in there. I will figure it out eventually. I really thought that... Hi, Julie. I see that you're here. There we go. It finally gave it to me. So, Julie, if you type something now, I believe you should be an admin. Or a moderator, I mean. Sorry. Did it work? Yay! It worked! Woohoo! The first time I did it, it did not give me the option. I don't know what's going on. Well, just blame it on user error. It's okay. I don't mind. Cheers, guys. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Chris is here. Excellent. Okay, that worked out. So we're making a tunnel card. It looks like this when you open it up. It's like you're looking through a tunnel. And it's so super easy to make. It's just 2 cards the same size with a couple of score marks and then a little bit of folding. And that's about it. The blue matches my jumper. Kind of. Let's see. Okay, super. Oh, yes. Awesome. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for coming. Yeah, you've been gone for quite some time. I'm glad you're back. We're not going to do a Christmas one today, though. I decided to... I probably have Christmas ones around me somewhere. But I decided that I would do one for some of my teacher friends at work. As you guys know, most of you guys know, I am in a different building this year. So I knew not one soul when I started there. Usually you have like some crossover where you kind of know people when you go into a building. I literally didn't know anybody when I went in there. But so now I've got some people that I know and trust, and I feel like I fit in more. It's kind of cool. So if you're getting ready, I know Penny today put out what you needed, but this is one whole piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Uh-oh, I think my auto focus is on. Yeah, let me just turn that off. That's going to make you guys nuts. Okay, so all you're going to do is cut it in half. So you've got 2 sheets that are 8.5 by 5.5. You want to make sure that you're cutting it the wide way. Not down the middle so you have 2 long skinny ones, but the wide way. So 5.5 right down the middle. So you need 2 pieces that size to get started. And here's the card that we're making today. Only we're going to use a different stamp set. And we're not going to do Christmas. So I hope I didn't dash anyone's hopes and dreams of making a Christmas card. But I didn't pull out that kind of stamp today. I pulled out this one, which is like a teacher stamp. I think it's really cute. I don't even know what this one's called. Let me see if I can see in this tiny little thing. STM 2007 SSC 095. But on the recommended supplies, it just says grab a stamp set of your choice. So, you know, whatever you have laying around will work for you guys. Hi, Joan, Monica, and Jeannie. Did I miss anybody? I hope not. Crystal, that's so nice. All right, so one of the really super cool things, I was reading some of the chat. Sorry for the pause. One of the really cool things that's happening today is the winter release. It's actually like the Christmas release, but I didn't call it that. We named it a Winter Whimsy. So there's like snow globes and a little reindeer that goes in there, a little penguin. So some of it you can use all winter long. Some of it's sort of kind of Christmas related, things like that. So they can be put together. They can be used together or used separately and that kind of thing. So there's some things that go in the snow globe or on the snow globe. And if you are one of those people, hello, Kathy, Tracy, Linda, and Teresa. If you're one of those people that are signed up on the Quality Crafts store site, you should have received an email recently, right before this video, giving you your secret coupon for more money off of that bundle. So if you're looking for it, it's been sent out. Hi, Judy. And so I just want to let you guys know the way you get those coupons is you go over to qualitycrafts.com /store or qualitycrafts.com. Up in the upper right-hand corner, click on store. Give it a moment to populate the whole list. There's a lot of categories. And at the very top of that page, there'll be a little box for you to type in your email and then click notify me. That is the way that you get those emails and those coupon codes. Don't send me a note through the contact page because that's not going to put you on that running list that I send the email to. So make sure you're going to qualitycrafts.com /store, and at the very top, put your email in and click notify me, and that way you'll get updates and stuff. Right now, most of the updates are on like digi things that are coming out, but as we get other things organized and going, then I will be sending out emails that will outline that kind of stuff as well. So if you want to keep updated on the Quality Crafts community, that's a really excellent way to do it. A second way to do it is to also make sure that you're joining the Quality Crafts group on Facebook. Excuse me. I want to address Joan Warner's comment in just a moment. But our Facebook group is a non-commitment, non-drama place where you can hang out and get inspiration and put in inspiration and stuff like that for everything that we do that's Quality Crafts, things that are going on, like there's swaps that are going on that Pamela runs. Then once in a while I'll post some challenges. We're going to have an ongoing Digi challenge as soon as I can get that set up. Hopefully by the end of the weekend. I'm really going to try to push to do that. And stuff like that. So let me get back to Joan Warner's comment. She said, it's a shame you don't deliver to the UK. And then Button Addict mentioned that the digis don't need shipping. That's right. Digis are literally digital images. So you can order and get any of the digi stuff, the digi paper, the digi images, things like that. They don't need shipping. However, I'm going to give you an idea of what it costs for me to send stuff outside of the United States to other countries. I sent a couple of cards out of the country, 2 cards that I created in an envelope, which here probably would have required maybe 2 stamps because of the thickness. It cost me almost $14 to send out those 2 cards. So the prices I would have to charge, because I'm just such a small little store for now, would be so astronomical that you guys would never be willing to pay what I would have to pay to do that. Now, I know like large stores like May Made It, where she just ballooned out and they had to actually move into a store that they created, a brick and mortar store. They have other options for themselves where they can send stuff out, but I'm not there yet. I'm not hoping to be an actual brick and mortar store. That's not my goal. My goal here on Quality Crafts is to bring you fun, exciting things to make and teach you how to do it so that you can feel successful in that type of a thing, and to become full-time on here by offering you products that I think that are really good through Amazon and other affiliates and things like that. And then I also make money on my videos. Not very much. And then through Patreon, as you guys support me as we go along. So I just want to let you guys know that it's not because I don't love all you guys in the UK and all of you guys who are outside the United States. It's just that it's a monetary thing that I just would never push upon someone else. It's so much. So I love you. Thank you guys for watching. That's still a huge support. Make sure you click the like button and the thumbs up if you really like the videos that are going on. I apologize for going over the 5-minute rule. I just wanted to get that said. So let's get started. I already did start with this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull out a full size piece of paper and cut everything from the very beginning for you guys. So we're using regular, I'm using 110-pound white cardstock. You can use whatever you want or whatever you have. If I like back out here, you should be able to see more of it. There we go. So a full sheet, and we're going to cut it what I call the hamburger way. The hot dog is the skinny way, and the hamburger is the chunkier way. And so we're going to cut it at 5.5. So it cuts the whole card right in half. So you should have 2 pieces that look like this now at this point. And they will be 8.5 down one side and 5.5 down the other, and you need 2 of them. And then we're going to pull in, I have the Martha Stewart scoreboard. You know, funny thing, somebody told me the other day that they have discontinued this scoreboard. Why? Like, why do they discontinue it? I don't understand. You can still get other scoreboards. I just happen to really like this one. So that's really strange. I'm not sure why they would do that. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and show you what all the score lines are. It's super, super easy. There's just 3 of them. One's going to, of course, fold the card directly in half. And then the other 2 are going to fold like each half into halves. Okay, so the first one is 2 1/8. So it's 2. And the first little green line just past the 2 1/8. The other one is 4 1/4, and that obviously we've done quite a bit. 4 1/4 will slice that card right in half. And then the other one is an odd measurement, but it's going to slice this part in half. It's 6 3/8. So 6 and 1, 2, 3 lines over 6 3/8. So that's it for the scoring. There's just 3 lines: 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. And that's it. You have the part that's going to be folded. Don't fold this yet though, because we still have to put in the hole that we're going to look for through. So you need to make sure. Oh, Judy says she thinks that Martha is not making craft items currently. That's interesting, because who is it? Is it Michael's or Joanne's that carries like that whole wall of Martha Stewart stuff? I think it's Michael's. Really? Oh, that stinks. Well, anyway, so I have a circle hole here. You can put whatever kind of hole you want. It can be square, triangle, circle, oval, whatever you guys have on hand. I'm going to go old school and pull out one of my, what do you call these? My tracers. My old-time Fiskars. Look, I got this for $4. I still have the sticker on it. I really, really like these. I'm going to do a circle. And I'm going to eyeball this up. So if this really bothers you, then you guys can go ahead and decide how to line it up exactly. But I'm not going to worry about that on this one. I just know that I want to use this circle for on the inside. So I know that it's going to fit through this circle right here. So this is the one that I'm going to use. And I'm going to eyeball it up from this middle line. I'm going to go ahead and just bend mine. Don't bend yours. Don't bend yours yet, because we're going to do some stamping and some cutting here. But if I bend them, you'll be able to see them better. I'm going to line my circle up in between so that this line, the score line, runs right down the middle. And that's just, I mean, you literally, like, if you want to put it towards the bottom or towards the top, depending on what kind of shape you're using, or what, you know, maybe you want something going across the bottom that you're going to stamp. I don't know. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to put it sort of in the middle, leave a little bit on the bottom, and just eyeball, hoping that this runs right down the middle. It's still going to work even if your shape's a little bit off, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to lightly trace this so that I don't have to worry about erasing at the end if I don't want to. You can always try to cut around that line so you don't have to do any erasing. And then I'm going to take my little scissors, which is hiding from me at the moment. Where did he go? There he is. And I'm just going to stick it right through there and cut it. Hi, Alina. So now when you look at it, you can see how far away from that score line it is on this side and this side, and it's pretty darn close. I'm going to go ahead and just stick my scissors right in the middle somewhere of this circle so that I can cut it out. Now, if you've got one of those fancy circle cutters and things like that, go ahead and use that. If you've got a die cut that you know you can put on there and get it, you know, perfect, and then washi tape it to and run it through your Cuttlebug or your Big Shot or whatever you have, go ahead and do that. That'll save you a step. I know some of you guys are a lot more advanced. I'm using some regular tools that I think that everyone would have today, but there's a lot of ways to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this whole circle out. And then this will be my guide for stamping what I want to stamp through the tunnel. Hi, Donna. If there's anybody who's not getting the email through the notify me part, which I talked about in the beginning for the coupons, you either had a space after your name or you had 2 dots or something like that. You need to make sure that you are absolutely immaculate, exact when you type that email, because it will not go if it's not right. And I try to go in and hand fix the ones that turn up in red and stuff, but sometimes some just get through, or it was typed wrong and it sends it into La La Land and then it comes back to me and says, this person cannot be reached. So just go ahead and re-sign up under the notification thing if you think that you should be getting it, because it'll add you to the list again, and that way the right one will go through. So don't worry about that. You can always re-sign up. So here is this piece. This is the piece that we just created with the circle, and it's going to go on the top. So as you can see, I stamped Merry Christmas and a couple of little snowflakes going on here. So this is the point where you're going to want to like stamp what you want on the face of this card. That's going to be here, and what's going to be on the inside here. So you need to pull in that other piece that you have for the card, and that's going to go underneath. Line up as best you can, and this is where we're going to stamp whatever's in this circle. Okay, so it's going to go right in that circle, and that's where I'm going to put that other one, this one, in the circle. Hi, Kay, welcome. I think I'm finally starting to get a hold of the lingo. So is Oz means Australia, am I right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Well, I need a wet wipe already. I just inked up my finger. All right, I'm going to try to get this right in the circle. I forget that I might have to adjust that camera so it's out a little bit further because I feel awkward having to lean over. I know that little leafy part might accidentally touch the outside of my card, and I'm okay with that. Because this might shift now, but that's okay if it shifts because I have my stamp down in place. If you want to put a little bit of washi tape on either side to keep this in place, go ahead and do that. That will help. Cool beans. All right. So when I go ahead and put this down and line it up again, I can tell that that is within my circle. Okay, so if you want to just check that out, you can. I got a little bit of ink on the edge here, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and color that. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and decide what do I want like around here or on here. And I'm going to put a piece of scratch paper underneath, a piece of just a regular piece of printing paper or copy paper underneath here so that as I stamp, if it goes around, it can go on there and I don't have to worry about wiping up the ink from my craft mat right now. So I am going to use this, and I'm going to use a couple other stamps from here. Oh, and I got to pull out a couple more stamps. Couple more blocks here. I have all my blocks in this big case right now because it's just easier. Where I used to have them just wasn't really working for me. So if I just do this, then they're always in the case and I always know exactly where they are. This has these really cute like little things here. I love this little pencil, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to put some pencils on here and then I'll probably end up coloring some of them too. So where I have some of these black marks, I might want to just stick some of these pencils. That way when I color them, it'll cover up a few of my mistakes, right? And we want some of the pencil fronts to come out as well. So when you lift it up, then you can see what part of the pencil is going to be showing there. And whatever else you're using. Maybe you're doing flowers, or maybe you're doing, I don't know. Maybe you are doing Christmas. Maybe this is a good Christmas card for you. I'm just going to make them be a little bit kind of all over the place. But I don't want a whole ton of them. So maybe just a couple. And you can bring in your other card and put it on top and be like, okay, is this going to be distracting? Do I like how many are on there? That looks kind of cool. I think that looks pretty good. Now, if you want to go ahead and add colored panels to this, you can. If you want this to be another color other than white, if you want your background piece of paper to be something other than white, you can go nuts and do all of this, make this like totally uniquely your own. Where did I put that white? There it is. This is where you take this super easy card and make it completely your own by using your own stamp set and your own imagination, your ideas, what kind of paper you have. And that way it doesn't look like everyone else's. It'll look like your card, your handmade work. All right, so we've got the two pieces that are going to come together and they're going to look something like this, but we're going to add a little bit of color to this. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to go ahead, you know, turn music on at your house. I wish we could play music here, but it's just, all I can play is the stuff that's like not, what do you call that? That music that, I know what I want to say. It's just not coming to me. You can't just play anything you want. Like, I can't just turn on the radio because then they'll shut down my video, that kind of stuff. Hi, Norma. You're not really that late because we're still creating this card. Oh, I just touched that ink and smeared it all over the place. I might have to add a little something on the outside. I didn't wait for this to dry, so I'm going to go ahead and just be kind of careful that I don't smear that black all over creation here. I just want to color this apple red. I'm not coloring, like just going right over the top of that little number symbol, because that might drag ink, black ink all over the place. So this is not a coloring video, but you know, the card itself is so super simple to make. It's just really fun. Oh, and by the way, I probably didn't mention this. Whenever I do projects like this and show you how to create a card, then I always go back into the other Quality Crafts group on Facebook and put up an album so I can see what you guys took from this, what you guys came up with besides what I showed you, because you guys are all at different journeys in your artistry, and so I would really love to see what other kind of ideas you come up with. Royalty free, thanks. I can only use royalty free music, and so sometimes that kind of puts a damper on what kind of music I can put out there, which kind of stinks. I wish we could just jam to the radio together. That'd be super fun. Oh, this is really a dark green. Almost looks black on here. And then I might want to color in, you know, some of the other stuff. But let's see, maybe a yellow just to pull that out. I have all my, yeah, it's kind of like elevator music. I mean, some of it's not, but you know what I mean. I might do some spraying on here too. I don't know. I think the yellow would look good. I might even put some stickles on that one. But if I do that, then it's going to have to take time to dry. I like that yellow color. That looks like a good pencil color. So I'm going to go ahead and color these that goldy yellow. Oops, not that end. This part right here. Because I want to make the other parts of the pencil different colors. But you guys can do whatever you want. I don't know what kind of stamp sets you have, but I'm sure that you have a lot of creative stuff going on over there. And I'm going to use a pink for the erasers. There's a couple of erasers sticking out here. So I did a poll in one of the groups wondering how many of you guys have started or finished or whatever your Christmas cards. And I'm also really curious to know, when do you guys send them out? When is it too late to send out Christmas cards? Love to hear your thoughts on that. I'm using a gray color to do that like silvery part. We can always stickle that up later too if we want. No Free Bird, no Margaritaville, right? I'd probably get my video shut down even if I sang it, even if you couldn't tell what song it was. Now I'm just going to take a couple of colors that I like and just color these pencils different colors. Just because I think it would look really cool. I should probably start putting these back where I got them from. Then I wouldn't have so much to clean up at the end, right? How about a purple pencil? Oh, we can play all the Mozart we want? Yes! How many of you guys are into classical? I still don't see anybody. Oh, New Year's is too late? If you hit January 1st, it's no longer safe to mail Christmas cards. Was that your answer? Oh, that's a really pretty purple. I really like that. I'm sorry if I'm out of frame. I'm going to have to readjust this camera because I tend to work closer to myself. Maybe I can move it now real quick. Yeah, I tend to work more over here. That'll work. I'm getting 2 more colors. I think I'll do a red one just because we have that apple in red, so why not? You send them out within 1 week after Thanksgiving. Christmas in July. Oh, oh my word. You know what? I should send my Christmas cards out in July. I want to send out the everything card. Happy everything. Now, don't bug me again till next year. And I reserve the right to be able to send that card out whenever I want. Oh my gosh. Oh, if you're using alcohol markers like I am, make sure you're not coloring directly on, because you see how some of that marker comes through? Don't do that to yourself. You'll get it inked onto here and then you'll be sad because it went through. So if you are doing some Christmas shopping that's online through Amazon, if you're going through any of my links, I'll get credit for that. And you'll be helping out the Quality Crafts community if you go in through any one of my Amazon links and do your Christmas shopping there. No matter what you purchase, it doesn't matter as long as you go in through one of my links. So if you're thinking about doing a lot of online Christmas present buying and giving, I would really be grateful if you would think about Quality Crafts and how that would help us out as a community. So let's see. We're going to have to fold this one in half. So now that I have that stamped, I don't think I'm going to add anything else to that. Not sure. But I've got some on here. So this is kind of how it's going to look. I can always add more here or whatever. And you can always put panels and stuff. And like on the outside of the card, now when I fold that, you're going to see a little bit of that apple. So, of course, I'm going to cover it up probably with something on the front. The Christmas card here, you can see that I just put an embossed front. I thought this was really pretty. And I thought that was enough. I didn't want to put anything else on the front of it because everything else that I need is on the inside. But that's totally up to you. If you don't like this like being plain and you want to add something else to the front, like go ahead and do that. John says, I hate Christmas. He's the Scrooge. Okay. Let's go ahead and fold this now. Hopefully my ink is dry enough that I don't smear anymore. This is technically like our card base. Okay, so this is going to be the outside of the card. That's why I said we will cover that up. I'll put something else on the outside. That's the middle, okay? I'm going to keep referring back to this card so you can see. That's like where the Christmas tree is, if that makes sense. Let's just leave this card here if we can. Hey, Mr. Merle. Hello. We want to make sure that we're folding this the right way. So do you see how the middle of it comes up? We're going to go ahead and fold that so our middle comes up. And then we're going to take the two on the side here and we're going to fold those coming up and then flip it over and fold that coming up. And our tape's going to glue, our glue or our tape's going to go on this flat side and this flat side. And one of them is going to glue on this side. And then we're going to have glue here and then we're going to shut our card on there. And then the glue will stick, and when we open it up, it's going to look like this. Oh, and you know what? I still made the same darn mistake as I did before. This has, if you're doing it like I did, do you see how if I smash this down, my circle isn't in the circle anymore? I have to make sure that this goes towards the bottom. See how now it lines up? So make sure when you're gluing yours together that you don't make that mistake. It'll end up looking like that. There's our tunnel, the teacher's in there, and then our pencils are on the outside. Super cool, right? So make sure that your middle ones go up like that. And then these two side ones, like sandwich it and come up this way. Then you're going to put glue on one side and on the other side. And I'm going to show you again. You're going to glue this side, and you're going to make sure that it all lines up on this side. Glue it down. This is so that you don't accidentally glue the other side and then rip it like I did to my card today. And then you're going to close this half onto the glue and then everything will be stuck down and it'll open up like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and try that. Take your piece that we've created here with our circle and make sure these 2 points come up. Then these other two sides can come straight up, and we're going to sandwich it all together. And we're going to put glue on this side. Let me make sure I have mine. Yep. Make sure you have it going the right way if you have a circle or a shape, so that you don't get sad that it got glued down and it was facing the wrong way. Because you can always fix it beforehand. Okay, so this is going to go on this side, so I'm going to be really careful in lining those edges up the best I can. If you're off a little bit, you're off a little bit, no big deal. Glue that down, and then put your glue on this side while you still have it facing down. And you can use wet glue for this too. I'm just happy to use the ATG glue. I was a little worried that maybe the ATG tape, not glue, would not hold. And I'm going to finish this and I'm going to show you the card that I worked on before that. It just got totally crazy. So I'm going to fold this down, and that way it should land perfectly on the other edge of that. And then we can open it up and see that. Our teacher circle is in there. Everything got lined up. And there's our other stuff. And then we're going to have to add something on the outside because my alcohol ink markers came through. And that's not a problem. I'm just going to take another piece of paper that I have here. I'm going to cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That way I've got another whole card front right there that's going to cover it up, and I can do whatever I want to do with this. I could even put another color on there. I could stamp this all with pencils. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Seriously, my idea, my goal is to get you to be able to make this base card, and then all of the creation and stuff is completely up to you to make it uniquely your own. Okay, so this would go on the top, and then that would cover it up completely. I'm just going to go ahead for the video's sake right now and just glue this one down so we can see that it's covered. And I can always finish that, add something to the front or whatnot. But I feel like there's a few other people that joined us and that you might want me to go through these steps again. So while I'm doing this, if you guys could let me know, I think it would be a good idea to walk through the steps of making this card again. Let me know if that's a good idea, or if you just want me to finish this one and be done. We have a half an hour left. I really feel like we can get through another one, and that way some people who need an extra walkthrough or something like that, you can do that. Oh, John, I clicked thumbs down by mistake. Just joking. Cheers, guys. Thanks for being here. Hi, Sandy. You're not late. I was just thinking of walking through the whole process again so that anyone who came now would be able to see it. Here is the card that we are making. It's a tunnel card, so when you open it up, it looks like you're looking at something through a tunnel. Super fun. Really, really easy to do. Here's the one that we created. I just think that is so cute. Maybe if we do another one, I'll create some panels here and we'll get some dimensions for that. Right? Yeah, good idea, so you guys can see it again. So let's just hold on to that. I put another white cardstock base front on here because the coloring from the apple showed through on this side, and now you can't even see it, and I can just start fresh and put anything on here. Excellent. Okay, let's do this again. It's so super simple. It'll only take us a few minutes, and then we can continue to create that card and add some fun stuff to it. All you need is one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and we're going to cut it the chunky way, like the hot dog or the hamburger way. So the hot dog would be cutting it the long skinny way. The hamburger is cutting it the thicker way, which we're actually going to cut this 11 side at 5.5 to get 2 equal pieces. It technically would be 2 A2 size cards after you cut it. Let me make sure I'm seeing 5.5. Yeah, I almost cut 6.5 because I can't see that gray in here very well. So right there, that'll work. So we cut it directly in half. Now it's 5.5 by 8.5, these two pieces. 5.5 by 8.5. Okay. And then the one that we're going to use for the scoring for the top piece, we're going to do that next. Let me pull back in my Martha Stewart scoreboard. Although I guess Martha Stewart's leaving us now. And my cheat sheet says that we cut it, or we scored at 2 1/8. So that's the little line just past the 2, and then 4 1/4, which cuts our card right in half. And what was the last one? 6 3/8. That's the one I can never remember because it's 3 little lines past the 6. So I'm going to go through that one more time. It's 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. If you need that all in eighths, I just saw something about Judy says, reference to food makes me hungry for my supper. It's Pizza Friday, people. Pizza Friday. We're starting to realize that some of our favorite pizza places do not deliver to the new house. I guess we should have looked that up before we just went ahead and bought a house somewhere without checking to see if Pizza Friday was going to be affected, right? So if you want all the measurements in eighths, it's 2 1/8, 4 2/8, 6 3/8. So it goes 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. That's kind of funny. You don't need to know that. I just thought it would be kind of cool. 2 1/8, 4 2/8, and 6 3/8. That may be kind of an easier way to remember it. So we've got 3 score lines. One is going to fold the card completely in half. Right? And then the other 2 are going to fold the card completely in half on the 2 sides. So technically we're making a gatefold card with an extra score in the middle. See that? Anyway, you don't have to go ahead and pre-do those because we're going to do some stamping and cutting on this piece before we move on. I'm going to bring back our card in so you can see what I'm talking about. We are working on this piece right here that has the hole. So here you can clearly see our 3 score marks where they're going to go. We're going to want to do this stamping and make sure our hole stamping and all that stuff gets done before we glue everything together. It's going to make things tons easier. And so we're going to want a hole here, either a circle or an oval, whatever you guys want to do. I think I just will do one more like this. And then we'll do the little ruler instead. So I'm going to go ahead and do a circle. I'm going to use my Fisker stencil here. I just love these. And I know that the stamp that I want to make will fit in this circle right here. So that's the circle that I'm going to use to cut mine. And I'm going to use the center line, put my circle down, and scoot it. No, where did that dirt come from? I might have to cut that up. Maybe it's chocolate. It might be chocolate. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's move this down. We can cover that up. Just make sure that your line is going straight down the middle of whatever shape you're going to use. And don't freak out about being exact. Just try to get it right down the middle. Make a light line, and then we're going to cut that right out. There are a lot of other tools to do this type of thing. You can do this with die cutting, you know, where you can put the little pieces of washi tape on. You can see exactly where it is, so you know that you're getting that straight cut. What other, like punch? You might be able to do this with some bigger punches, that kind of stuff. But for right now, we're using, oh, look, and that's gonna, my little chocolate stains are gonna get cut right off right now. Yeah. Oh, I love it. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this whole circle right out. This is going to be our big tunnel. And then our stamp is going to be able to be seen right through this. Now, if you don't want this pencil to show, try to cut around the outside of the circle. If you don't want to worry about that, you can just go ahead and erase the pencil lines that you can see when you're done cutting. If you want, if you have those dies that'll make like a little ring around your thing, that would be really cool too. But just keep in mind that whatever you put on there has to bend in half here. Chocolate. It's Friday cheat night too. That's why it's Friday pizza night. I did really well this week. Really, really well. So we're going to bring back in our other piece. that we had from before, that's the one that's going to go underneath like this. And if you just kind of tap them together, you can see exactly where that hole is going to be, and that's where you want to do your stamping. Now, if you're not very stable, you're going to want to take a little piece of washi tape and put it on each side here to hold this. But I feel pretty confident that I can get mine stamped pretty well, so I'm just going to go ahead and ink it up, and then I'm going to stamp my image through that tunnel. So once you get your stamp down, this can move and whatever, and it's okay. I'm just making sure that I'm pressing on all sides so that we get a nice crisp image. That one looks even better than the first one. Oh, you know what? I'm using a baby wipe to clean this off. I wonder, do I have my water bottle here? I don't yet. But I just posted this really cool chamois by Lawn Fawn, and I do have mine here. Let me show it to you, so you guys can get kind of an idea of what this looks like. So this has been used quite a bit. Do you see all the ink staining on it? And right now it's not wet, so it's like stiff, you know? Do you see that? Once you get this wet, it becomes really super squishy and pliable, and then you just go ahead and wipe all that ink off of your stamp, put your stamp away, and the only thing you have to put on here is water. That's it. And then this can completely be reused and whatever. I know some people that keep theirs in like an airtight container, so it's always wet. I don't want to do that with mine. I let it air out. When I'm done using, I just let it sit out in the air, and if it dries up, it dries up, because I think that's better for it not attracting or creating any kind of a mold. That's totally up to you, but these are super fun. This is a Lawn Fawn chamois. If you're looking for it, go to Quality Crafts on Facebook, and you'll see my affiliate link for that. So really super fun idea. If I had all of my stuff here, I could show you. Maybe I have my water one up here. Let me just check. I don't know if this is water. I think it is. Let me just sniff this and hope it's water. Yeah, it's water. Okay. We got time, I think, right? I'll just do a corner. So as I get this corner wet, now it can just be squished any old way because it becomes like a little cloth. This side, you can bend it, but it's super stiff. But once you get it wet, it just becomes super pliable. See that? It's really cool. So now it's just like really... This side is really stiff. Really cool. I hope you guys will buy one of those. They're really neat. I need to use mine more. I do really like my baby wipes though, because they are so useful for other stuff around here. So I will not be getting rid of that. I just sprayed this all up. So let me just wipe this quick. Okay. So once we have that on there, then we have to decide, do we want some stuff stamped on here? Do we want to put like 2 layers of... Let's do that real quick. We're running out of time, but I really want to do that. So let me see if I can find... Let's just pick a color. I mean, red and blue are really good colors. Let's just do red. Let's measure this out and see what our 2 panels would be, and we'll do that. I'm looking up to find my ruler, and it's in a different spot now. Though we had, what kind of pizza do we have? Penny wants to know. We had Domino's, what's it called? Philly steak and cheese. I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this, which we already know is 5.5, but I don't want it to be exact. So I'm going to do 5 1/4. And then this is about 2 1/8. So maybe I do 5 1/4 by 2. Actually, I'm going to do that a little bit more than 5 1/4. How about 5 3/8? 5 3/8 by 2. I'll try that. 5 3/8 by 2. I'm just going to cut on the cutting board right next to me. 5 3/8. And then cut 2 panels that are 2. And see how that fits. I wish I could get every single thing that I use underneath that camera. Maybe someday my husband will build me a big, like, PVC, like, tripod kind of thing. Oh, Judy, thank you so much. Judy just used the super chat that's underneath where you type. It's a little $sign and donated $2 to the community. Thank you so much, Judy. Such a sweetheart. So let's just see how this works out. And that looks really good. There's going to be a little bit of a white outline around each one, and I think that's really cool. Since we're running a little short on time, I'm not going to do anything special with these. I'm just going to go ahead and put them down. And what did we say that was? That was 5 3/8 by 2 inches. I'm going to write that down on my thing so I can add that in the blog. 5 3/8 by 2 inches will be the there we go. Will be the panel size. See if I can get this on here straight. And then we'll put one on the other side. So if you want to go ahead and put these through your Cuttlebug and stuff and do that kind of thing, thank you so much, Judy. You're so nice. Really, really appreciate that. So there we go. Now how we fold this up. We could do some more stamping on here, but I want to get this together. We've got like 10 minutes left. So this part in the middle needs to come straight up. Okay, you're going to fold that up, and then you're going to fold the 2 side panels up and squash it into a sandwich like this. And then your glue is going to go on this side, and you're going to glue it down on here. And then you're going to fold this in half with the glue on this side. You're going to fold this in half and put that down. Okay, so this you would want to color this before we put this all together. I should probably do a little bit of coloring here, because I probably will not come back to this one. All depends. Maybe I'll make a green apple this time. Let's see if I can find a lighter green. That other green was way too dark. Let's try this one. Ooh. Liney hair. Oh, that's a fun green. I don't know how wet this ink is, and I don't want it to run, so I'm just going to avoid the black the best I can. I kind of smeared the last one because I went ahead and stamped and didn't give any time to dry at all. You should be able to color right over this black because it's VersaFine, but you do have to give it some time to dry. I mean, if you just stamp it down and then color right over it, of course it's going to smear like any other ink. That's really cute. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. That's so cute. I like it green better than red. Okay, so this bottom piece you're going to have to fold like a regular card. That's going to be your actual card base. But as you can see, you want to do all your stamping and coloring and everything first before you put everything together. So here is your card base. All right. So that's going to be the outside. You see how this apple came through? We're going to put something on the top there so that you can't see it. But as that lays down here, we're going to make sure to pinch this one that we did all the score marks on so that this comes together in the top and that we fold it all together like a sandwich, all going straight up. To me, that's the easiest way I can think of to fold that so you don't get confused. Just they all go up. Okay, so the middle goes up and then the sides go up. And then we're going to put, and I'm going to lay mine flat and make sure that I have this. Sometimes I get it turned around like this and then you can see that my circle doesn't match. So make sure that when you're doing this that you have, make sure that it matches on that side and then everything comes up and then you fold it up. And then the glue is, or the tape, whatever you're using, is going to go on this side. I'm using ATG tape. Oh, I was going to show you my abomination, what happened when I did this wrong. So to get this put on here without messing it up, because two sides are going to be glued, you're going to start with this one. Glue this side down first, line it up, and then put your glue on this side. Wet glue would be nice because then you can move it around if you don't get it just right. So if you're worried about not getting it just right, use a little bit of wet glue so you can kind of shimmy it around. And then you're going to leave this here and you're going to fold this card right down on the top of it so that it comes and matches up. And that way when you open it up, there's your tunnel. Super cute. And then we would put something on the top here. So we did that with our other card. We hid that apple. You see how that apple is coming through, or we colored it? We hid it with another just piece of white cardstock. And then this was the inside of our other one. We did teacher, and then we stamped it with these. I was going to do rulers on this one, but we're kind of running out of time. So I might put some rulers maybe on the outside as I decorate that one. And the one we started with, which I've got buried under all my supplies here, was a Christmas one. And so the outside of the Christmas one, we just have some blue with some snowflakes. And then the inside is our tunnel. And I did a little flurry of snowflakes, and then I did a little Christmas tree in the middle, and then Merry Christmas. And of course, this was all stamped beforehand. And then you just put your glue on and close that up. And it all goes flat, as you can see, and then you can mail it. Super, super cute. Now, when I go over to Quality Crafts on Facebook, I want you guys to come over there and follow me and put your makes in the album so we can see all the other ideas that come of it. Because we're not going to have, 50 different cards that look exactly like this Christmas one. And we're not going to have 50 different cards that look exactly like this teacher one. They should all look different, and that's the cool part of it. And I love to see what you guys make. So please do join me over there and do that. Don't forget that every month, because I'm really late in mentioning this, we have a card challenge over on the blog, which I believe now you can also enter in the Quality Crafts group because that'll make it easier for you. And then there's a general winner that's picked, and then there is a patron-only winner that's picked. So if you're part of Patreon and you join in those, out of all the patrons that are joining in on the challenge, there's going to be one of you guys that wins. So if only 5 of you entered, your chance of winning the digis or whatever the prize is for that month is super high, right? So start joining in on those things because the prizes are going to be super easy for you to win because there's not very many people participating. We're hoping to get that ball rolling, right? So everybody that is creating, you can put your creations in there. There's always like 2 or 3 different ideas. So it'll be like something like make a card or project. It doesn't have to be a card or project that uses like either the color yellow or a Christmas tree or a blue sky. I mean, there's always going to be like a couple of different choices. So you don't have to feel like you're going to be like stuck in a box that you feel like you won't be able to do it. It will be something that everyone can do, I feel like. The other thing that I already mentioned that you're going to want to jump over to Quality Crafts with me because I'm going to do that. The other thing is that I will put some pictures of these along with our measurements on the blog. So if you're looking for that, you can always go to the blog and look them up. So join us on Patreon. You'll get thrown into the really cool private group that only the patrons are in. That is really fun. And we do challenges and we send out envelope challenges. And I do exclusive videos for just them in that group. So if you want to get in on that, join us on Patreon. I think it's what? Patreon.com/qualitycrafts, and that's how you can find that. What else have I neglected? Don't forget to go out and get your Christmas digis that just came out. The Winter Whimsy Christmas Digi Bundle is basically what it is. I just didn't call it Christmas because I want you guys to feel and realize that this set was set up so that you can use it most of the winter long. There's a lot of really cute things in there. There's 18 digis in all in this one. It's a really large set. So go ahead and check your email, find that coupon code, get some more dollars off of that bundle and rush out and get yours. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.